Well. Look who it is. Wait, let me zoom in. Wait, is that Liam Bubble?
Where?
Right there. Yeah, there we go. Is that Liam Bubble? Oh my god, you're a 10-10? Why have you never
I
told me this?
but
Why have
I'm
you never
feeling
told me?
it's feeling a little bit empty today. I'm wondering like where is Nath Favor? Where is Clark? Where is Yug? Like it's
Wait,
just
bro, don't forget Easy Weezy.
are we not in the kitchen anymore? Wow.
The kitchen shut down. It was so fire they burned it down to the ground. We're now going through an insurance claim, actually. Hoping
Well,
to get paid out 10,
I have,
10.10 billion.
I have a feeling the kitchen's gonna open up very, very soon. I have a feeling, but
Oh, we should rebrand it a dark kitchen.
a dark
It's just
kitchen.
tea. Yeah, we do all flavors.
Then you wouldn't know what you're cooking if you can see, right? How would you do that? How would you cook
No,
in this?
no, no, no. A dark kitchen is basically what they use on stuff like Uber, where you have one restaurant that does multi cuisines, and
Oh,
you think you're buying from a restaurant, but it doesn't exist. It's actually just one kitchen that they're all linked into, and then you only get what you get. It's like a TE. You don't know what happens on the inside, but you get what you get on the outside.
love that. Love that. Let's do that. That will be the next one, dark kitchen. Welcome everyone. It has been a huge month for 10. We've had a lot of really exciting announcements, as you guys have seen, that we're going to go into. Raise the Stakes, the TE Kitchen, and a lot of other exciting activations. We had some 10 events, if you guys have been seeing on socials, a KBW, a token, and today is really about catching everyone up. We will run through what's been happening, some community wins, and give a look at what's coming next. So yeah, let's get started. First, yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things that we just mentioned was the TE Kitchen. I mean, right now, I'm feeling pretty lost without being in the kitchen. I need to get back in the kitchen. But yeah, the idea was really to help builders, build and turn these rough concepts into working encrypted dApps and using TEN's tech. And the creativity it was next level. In first place, we had Yug, who was building Kinora and had this really cool concept of combining AI models with NFTs, running everything inside a TE, which was amazing to see because it shows that you can use AI privately and even monetize AI outputs without exposing your model. So a really strong use case and was the ultimate winner of the kitchen, the top chef. But we also had so many other amazing dApps built. Clark Encrypted Reputation was amazing, tackled one of the biggest problems of on-chain identity, which is something Bhav is actually going to be speaking about, I think, next week in Dubai. And he has a lot of thoughts on that. Actually, Bhav, what do you think about this on-chain identity and Clark's concept together? I'm sure you have some pretty spicy things.
You put me on the spot, huh? I mean, look, it's one of those things where I believe those who are truly crypto native have so much data to verify their reputation against. I mean, if you're buying a house today, these credit rating agencies are linked to multi sources, whether it be your Amex credit card or your Mastercard credit card or whatever credit card it might be. But the ability to basically owe money and repay it on time, in the way you're supposed to. If you go back one step further, I mean, if you go back to probably like 30, 40, 50 years ago, I mean, probably in some villages in the world, reputation is just an amalgamation of those you surround yourself by. With I remember back in the day, people would talk about how if I want to lend Liam money, well, I wouldn't ask Liam's, I wouldn't necessarily ask Liam's credit card company, but I'd go to people in the local pub where Liam might have been drinking a Guinness. And say, hey, is this Liam guy credible? Like, will he? I mean, if he borrows $1,000, will he pay me back? And then you ask 5 people. Hopefully, if you get more than 80% conversion of them saying yes, Liam's not a scammer or whatever, he's trustworthy, he's reliable, and he's bought me a lot of Guinnesses in the past, and he's a very jolly bloke. Then Liam's credible. Now, if we apply that to Web3, the most chains are transparent, not like 10, of course, but that's another thing. The most chains are transparent. Now, there is a somewhat benefit of this in the sense that you can judge anyone based on the activity. Now the question is where does privacy really come into this? Well, if I can judge someone on the activity, I also want to make sure that people on the outside don't see the activity. So I want to do my own due diligence and say, okay, I've gone and used Liam's on-chain activity to see if he's reputable, but I'm going to hide the activity for privacy reasons. So I think Clark's Web3, unified on-chain identity and reputation there, leveraging, TEs and as such encrypted data is mind-boggling. Liam, does that answer your question? It's mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling. I think that's a pretty good word. And I would say if my reputation score number went up based on the number of Guinnesses I drink, I would have a pretty good score. I could say that for sure. Not me drinking a Guinness right now. Wow, go on. Bob, look, we have someone drinking a Guinness. I'll be having one right after this, actually. But yeah, so many amazing ideas. Also, shout out to Nate Flavor. I'm kidding, Nate Favor, who was building this 10chat fully on-chain encrypted messaging app, which again, amazing idea, because it really showed how you can use privacy. It's private by default and built entirely using TEN's TEs. So a really good example of private by design, what it actually looks like when it's applied to social features. And besides the winners, we had a ton of other cool builds who may actually be building on 10 right now. We had private auctions, an encrypted NFT avatar generator, which I know, Bob, you were a big fan of that one. I think you've been playing with that this week, actually. And we also had encrypted health records. So we had a range of really fun ideas, really transformative, innovative ideas, and ideas that are actually saving lives too. So I'm sad that the kitchen is closed, but as I said, I think it will be back open pretty soon. But it really just shows what you can do on 10 and how builders can go from an idea to a working encrypted dApp very easily now. So it's getting even easier to build on 10, which means that I'm sure the next time the kitchen's open, we're going to have even more amazing chefs.
Yeah, I think we might even have to speak to Rosette in rebranding the cooking in a tea kitchen, because I think at this point the amount of demand, I don't know about you, but my telegrams have been absolutely blowing up. My ex-DMs have been blowing up with people saying, let us into the kitchen, let us in. And I was like, guys, the kitchen is temporarily closed. And they said, no, we want a buffet. We want to have multi-options now. I want my starters. I want my mains. I want my desserts. I want my entrees, my a la carte menu. I think we might have to speak to Rosette and actually somehow pivot this into a buffet where you have your multi-cuisine, your Indian, your Chinese food, your British jacket potato, your Scottish.
Nigerian.
Your Irish cuisine. Ian, what's an Irish cuisine that's really famous out there?
We actually have a Guinness pie, steak and Guinness pie. That's pretty
what would you have with the pie on the side?
I would just have it on its own, maybe some potatoes. I know you were waiting for that one, so yeah, we would have some potatoes and Guinness. But and actually I think that speaking of food, for me, one of my favorite food is actually steak. And speaking of steak, I think that you might have a really interesting update within that steak realm, Buff. So would love to hear that one.
Absolutely.
I can smell some steak.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's take a step back. Why did we even think of racist steaks? Well, a day in the life of someone claiming an airdrop. Project A will one day randomly tweet, here's the claims page. Click on it. Make sure it's legit. Don't click on any comments. This is the only page. Anything below this post is not from us. So you avoid the scammers and such. And then you go on the claims page and you create your wallet or your X or whatever it might be. And then you realize, wow, I'm due this many tokens of airdrop. Now, when can I get them? Right? When can I actually claim them? Right now it's just a number on a screen. When can I claim them? That's the $1 billion question that we all want to reward our community, because they're the ones who've been with us. They're part of the furniture at this point. They've been with us since day one. But when can I actually redeem my airdrop that's claimable? And what normally happens is you get hit with multi delays. Sometimes there's zero clarity. And one thing is unified across all of these airdrop claims is those airdrops are just a number on a screen. You can't use them anywhere. You can't play with them. You can't earn multiplier rewards on them. So on as God said, on the 10th day, we have 10-10. Now some may know us. Some may know the day as a good day or a bad day. But one day, that's G10 guys, right? That's easy would say G10. On the 10th of October, marked as 1010 in the calendar, this 1010 was fairly interesting. But one thing that people will always remember, beyond the most interesting part, was the launch of the Raise the Stakes campaign. Now, what is that? It's Web3's first usable airdrop. What does that mean? It means the purpose of which you can now make the rewards playable and not idle, not boring. Your airdrops will no longer gather dust. I mean, what does that look like? Naturally, the user experience, you will see that you have the claims, you go to the files. Now, if you have when you do have your testnet token wallet, you will see there's something called wrapped 10 airdrop token, or W10X for short. What that is it's a token that you can play with. It's liquid, it's usable, and we've released a couple of games so far, and there's more yet to come in the coming weeks. The first one, which is Tenzen and FlipX. You can basically earn multipliers with these games. You can basically leverage your airdrop in a very usable fashion in real time by using it as a stake in these games to multiply it. So if I actually even run through some of these games, well, the first one that came out. So again, this was launched on 1010. Was Tenzen. So that runs on a shared counter system where you predict the counter will land on X amount of zeros, right? So every prediction affects every other user. It's hidden information because obviously it runs in the CE, right? Now, the way you would do it is you just boost your 10x win by simply predicting the number ending in zero, whether it's 10 or 220 or 4,500, whatever it might be. And you can literally, Liam Bubble, rather, your government name, Liam Bubble, believe it or not, you can actually multiply your airdrop claim, or airdrop allocation, rather, by up to 25,000x, just on Tenzen, right? And come mainnet, there's a one-to-one conversion. There's a one-to-one conversion, meaning if you have 1 million wrapped 10 airdrop tokens, well, that's 1 million 10 tokens on airdrop. Sorry, we'll come mainnet on airdrop. Can you believe that? Number one?
No, I can't. I actually can't. Like, I just can't believe it. Is it like true? Or do you just make that up?
I will. Do you know what? It is so good that I don't blame you for pointing your finger right now. Like, even the bird behind me is happy. Look, it's glowing up as I'm speaking.
Oh, it just blew up. You said that. That's crazy.
It just blew up. It just blew up as I was talking about multipliers. And in the same way, your airdrop multiplier will just up, all the way to the top, right? All the way to the top, right? You can just multiply your airdrop. Now, that's the first game. The second game, which was just recently announced, FlipX. It's a new player versus player game. You basically flip your wrapped 10x token directly against other players. Again, if your lobby expires, you get a refund automatically. Now, again, like I said, we have more and more games that will support this token. The idea here is for you to give you a chance to not sit there idle, to prevent your airdrops from just gathering dust, and rather give you a chance to multiply them, come mainnet, all of it is yours, right? So we want to make sure that we communicate two main things. That community is the heart of 10, and that is why we've done airdrops differently. Immediate utility, and zero empty promises. I mean, realistically, for someone called 10, we have to make sure there's zero promises, right? Zero empty promises. So we promise you everything. We promise you immediate utility, and we give you the airdrops in a different way. And now, the second thing is, bear in mind, you don't have to play, right? There's no obligation to play the game. I mean, you can just keep the 10x airdrop tokens in your wallet and just keep them there until mainnet, and you can just obviously cash out on a one-to-one basis. But if you do want to play, now's a chance. And all these games, I must add, Liam, all of these games have one thing in common. They all run on encrypted logic, i.e. leveraging a TE, because without which you won't be able to guess the number of zeros. All of it is private. And this is also a social proof point of what we're building. And as you see with weeks to come, more and more players will establish a standing within the DApp community. They'll showcase their dApps, and that 10x token will fundamentally be available as a stake, and more so a chance for airdrop recipients to multiply their token, and with Tenzen up to 25,000x. You can literally have an airdrop of one token, and within seconds, you just got 25,000 10 tokens at mainnet.
25,000. I think the Burj Khalifa is going to light up again. Oh,
wait for it. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. Well, let me just press. Let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7. 7. Oh, it's sparkling. It's sparkling.
It's sparkling.
6.
Oh,
5. 4. 3.5. 3.25. Give it a sec. 2.5. 2.4. 2.3. 2.2. 1. 2. 1.9. 1.8. 1.7. 1.6. 1.5. 1.4. 1.3. 1.2. 1.1. 1.
I think it just needs about 10 minutes.
I think it just needs a bit of a reset.
Yeah.
Let me speak. We have a connection at 10 with the Sheikh. So we'll just send him a message. You know what I'm going to use to send him a message? I'm going to use what Nate Flavor mentioned, 10 chat, the encrypted Telegram, fully on-chain encrypted messaging and gifting dApp. Let me just perhaps send the Sheikh a gift on an encrypted dApp on 10 through Cooking Tea Kitchen.
Absolutely. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to.
In the coming moments, it might sparkle up.
Yeah. Oh, it will be sparkling. And while we're waiting for the Burj Khalifa to spark up, yeah, I just want to say, guys, if you have any questions about this, put them in the chat, and we will be answering those at the end. But just want to, build on what Bob said. I think it's been really cool to watch how we are going to be raising the stakes, people actually using the token, not just farming and forgetting, and just already creating that on-chain culture that Ten's been aiming for. So for us, it's always really been community first, and this shows that. So now let's shift the gears a bit and talk about one of the biggest ongoing campaigns, which I'm sure a lot of you guys in the chat have been a part of. We are currently in the middle of the final Snapdown, which marks the final phase of our Cookie 10 campaign, and this one is huge. We have a 200K reward pool that's split across Korea, Japan, China, as well as the rest of the world, which adds up to a total of 560K in campaign rewards when you include phase 1. So, the phase 1's just already been taken. This is your final chance to jump in. You have less than a month. So every post, every video, every idea, is going to help shape how 10 grows and how many rewards you're going to get. So if you are a part of this campaign, I would say now is the time to give it your final push. If you need to learn Japanese, if you need to learn Chinese and Korean, do it. Now is the time. Yeah, we're still very much in the middle of Asia Autumn. So yeah, for all the Koreans out there, I would say 계속 가요, which means keep going. And Bob will do it in Chinese. No, kidding. Japanese. Bob, no, do it in another language.
Could you tell me? Given it's Asia Autumn, I just go through the countries. I mean, Korea, Japan, China, English. I mean, English was pretty easy. Chinese. Give me a second. Let me just put out translate. But give me a way of saying we thank our community in Korean.
너무 감사합니다. 너무 고마워요. 10.
One more time.
Bob, remember when they would give you something in Korea, right? Remember what you would say? 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Yeah.
But I would. This is what I would do when we in very Korean fashion on the day of the airdrop. We will not just reward the snappers with the reward pool. If you're Korean, we will pass it to you like this with 2 hands, because we are very, very open to most cultures and we are very polite like the Koreans. So shout out to all the Korean people.
Yeah, shout out to the Koreans, shout out to the Japanese, shout out to the Chinese, and shout out to the rest of the world too. And happy Diwali to all the Indians too. I see, yeah, it's been a big one this year. So anyway, not to get off topic, I just want to say to you guys, yeah, this is very much not the end. It's the beginning of, well, it's not the beginning of the campaign. It is coming to the end. Oh, now we have Chinese.
Yes, just if you can hear this, 1 second. Did you get that? I will try reading it. Woman Jansi Huan Sheku.
Okay,
which stands for we
Okay.
appreciate the Chinese community. Believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, we appreciate all communities. And speaking of different communities around the world, moving swiftly on, we also have quite a big community in Latin America. And Bav has some exciting announcements about where 10 is going to be present soon. So, Bav.
Absolutely. We are still our message just on a side note for those who are messaging me on the chat. We have actually used Nate Flavors 10 chat to message the Sheikh. He has confirmed that he will inevitably actually turn on the lights. But for now, he's given me permission to announce one thing. For the remainder of this call, we are rebranding the Burj to 10X, the rocket, as you may have seen in the game. Now, the reason we say that is because with 10X, it goes from 0.5111111, and you have to basically, stake you wage your bet. And at some point, before it goes to the top, you must get out. And this is why we are rebranding the Burj today for the next 20 or so minutes to 10X. Thank you for everyone supporting me. Thank you to my mum, my dad for watching. Thank you to my friends and family. Thank you to everyone at 10. Thank you to Liam Bubble. Thank you to Rosette and the team back at home watching. We appreciate you, and I applaud you for supporting me and fundamentally rebranding the Burj Khalifa to 10X. Yes, but Liam Bubble, I do wait. Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, Latin America. Yep. Is that right? Okay. Absolutely. DEFCON.
We've covered Asia. The other part of the
we covered Asia. Now people keep asking me, why are you going to Buenos Aires? And I say to them, they do ask me. They say to me, Bav, do you know what?
You ask
stay at home. Stay the people. I know there are none. But the people keep asking me, saying, Bav, why are you going to Buenos Aires? And I say to them, do me a favor, go on Google Images and search up a picture of Messi. What is the number on his Argentina shirt? Now, I won't make you guess. This isn't the guessing game. This is a 10-10 call. The number is 10. So we're actually representing Lionel Messi at DEFCON in Buenos Aires in a few weeks. Now, there will be numerous members of the 10 team there. We're going to have tons of. It's a builder-focused conference, as was DEFCON last year in Bangkok, and DEFCON, organized by the Ethereum Foundation, which hands up to you guys. We love the support that you're showing, the encryption/privacy space recently, and so there'll be, to put it very simply, there's going to be a huge presence from 10, in particular from the devs, because we want to connect with the builders to really educate them on the benefits of an encrypted layer 2 on Ethereum. As many of us know, fundamentally our technology is very unique through medium of utilizing a TEE, or a trusted execution environment, if you just joined. And we want to showcase to the world that there are dApps that fundamentally will lead to mass adoption. They just need to exist. And right now, they can't exist because either they can't exist because it's impossible, or it's just very hard to do so in any L2 today. So I can't wait for that. Now, Liam Bubble, I guess we should probably lead this on to expecting announcements, which I think is a good segue to maybe even break it into updates on two things. Number one, maybe just a quick re-summary from you on the building in the TE kitchen and what's to come, because we've had many requests from the community to keep it a recurring thing. So my question to you first, Liam Bubble, is it yes or no? I need a binary answer. You can't plead the fifth this time, and maybe I'll give a few updates on the 0 to 10 incubation program after.
Absolutely. Well, I have one word to say to you on the cooking in the TE kitchen opening up, and that is yes. That's all we need. But yeah, would love to hear. And actually, on that, I do want to add a little bit more. So I would say that we chose 3 winners, but actually, it seems like almost a lot of the chefs that were in that kitchen still are very bullish and want to build on 10. So we're gonna have all of those chefs right now. We're talking with them. We are trying to get them, fully there in every way. And we'll be spotlighting them, so you can expect to hear more from all of your favorite chefs. They will be back, and we will have a new batch of chefs. It's like that, that show MasterChef every season. They have a new.
They will be back. I didn't know that we had a Terminator in the cooking and tea kitchen. I might have missed that day.
We did. And we might even have some special recurring guests from the previous batch who might show up and give some advice to our next chefs.
Oh, this is like X Factor when the winners come back as judges.
Like all stars. Yeah.
Is this like Leona Lewis?
Yeah, so Bob, don't get too comfortable. You might have Nate Favor sitting right there in your spot next.
Absolutely, he could have my golden buzzer. Call me Simon Cowell.
He's got talent, or the world's got talent.
Ten's got talent. There you
go. So Bob, would love to hear an update from you about our 0 to 10 incubation program, and then guys, in the meantime, please put in your questions, because we would love to answer anything about Raise the Stakes, about the cookie campaign, anything. Now is your time to do it. You have to.
Absolutely.
So Bob, go ahead.
Absolutely. So as I'll give a quick summary for those who may not know what it is. So the 0 to 10 incubation program is fundamentally, as it is, an incubation program that somewhat imitates the journey that Peter Thiel, the author of 0 to 1, or the founder of Founders Fund, or one of the early members of the of PayPal, or PayPal Mafia rather, is really taking a concept from an idea, making it 10-10. So we, through this, we had about 7 or so projects that we're incubating. We kept it across the board. I mean, we've got the likes of MemeSpin and Puffin, who are more operating in the iGaming space. We had the likes of Chimpex, which is private DeFi, and we've had more real world application RWAs, trade finance, for example, Havana, whether it's Dre Labs or ZKAGI on the sort of encrypted or private AI space. All of these guys are doing something incredibly unique by leveraging TEs. And during this process, they're getting hands-on support from the entirety of the 10 team, whether it be Rosette leading the vision in the marketing side, or whether it be our very own PR guru Liam Bubble, or Tudor or Matt or Ziga, as you may remember from them, pushing on with the tech. So in terms of the updates, I mean, Killer Dapps are soon to they deployed on our testnet so far, and they're soon to actually perhaps be part of some campaign. So I don't want to give it away. Whether it's going to be likes of roulette, plinko, or slots, who knows? I don't know. I'm not giving it away. Puffin, the same as well, has developed a mini game. A few games as well, whether it might be something like gaming. I guess you'd have to wait and see. Chimpex, whether it's silent swaps, again, might be coming. Don't want to give it away. Now, trade finance, absolutely a huge thing. It's an industry where you can save billions by leveraging TE. So as time goes by, we're going to give more and more updates. I just don't want to give it away too much right now, because I think it will provide most satisfaction to our 10-10 community if they'll be the first ones to try it. And it's like Christmas Day. The true satisfaction of opening a present is opening it for the first time. And if I give it away now on Christmas Eve or tomorrow morning, you just be staring at a tree, when in fact you want to be unwrapping your gifts with your family and friends. So that's the update for the 0 to 10. Now, Liam, perhaps it's even, we had a lot of interest from the community around our most recent conferences, namely Korea Blockchain Week and Token 24 in Singapore. So perhaps we should give away our takeaways from what we deemed the most valuable things that we walked away with.
Sure, Bob, go ahead, give your takeaways.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So the controls that there, undo straight back to me. I love that. So, absolutely. So I think one of the biggest takeaways of the conference, and as we saw literally immediately after, if you've been following crypto Twitter, is privacy or encryption is great again. Finally, people are realizing it is the last, or one of the last few missing puzzles to truly make Web3 adoptable for the masses. We saw that a lot. The future names in Web3 and are running after this. And the honest truth is, I want everyone to take a step back for a second and pat yourself on the back. Because you know why? You guys were here before privacy was cool. You guys were literally, as they say, early. Liam, do you feel early?
I feel early. I feel so early. But still, I feel, and as I always feel, 10 out of 10. But I think, Token and KBW really showed us that privacy is hot right now. Now is the perfect time for 10 to come in. And looking ahead, I would say this next phase for 10 is all about expansion, readiness. We spent the last few months, proving that encrypted execution is not just a theory. It's real. It's usable. It's creating real value. and we are moving into this next stage where privacy is heating up and everything we've built is starting to align. So to sum up, the builders from the TE Kitchen are continuing to ship. Some are refining their apps, others are preparing for deployment. We have a lot of really cool initiatives coming up in Argentina. You will start to see the projects from the TE Kitchen, from the 0 to 10 incubation program, evolve from these early prototypes to live encrypted experiences, and this is when it all will click. We'll have builders, players, creators all coming together, and so we are really excited for you guys to engage in our Raise the Stakes, and for you to continue to keep snapping. As I said in the beginning, you might feel now like the end is near, and it is near, but you still have a chance to claim a lot of those rewards. We saw in the last campaign, I think it was the last 2 weeks, everything changed. So if you are motivated now, you can still win a lot. And you don't have to be from Asia. Like, you can, we do have rewards for people who are not in China, Korea, and Japan. So everyone's chance to stop.
Yeah, and on
in Asia.
On that note, I mean, life is a marathon. At some point during the latter part of the marathon, everyone, even Paula Radcliffe, even Mo Farah, they hit a wall. And what do? They run through it. They might take a step back, have a breather, but they run through it. So hats off to everyone supporting us via the Snip Cookie campaign. You may feel like you hit a wall, but trust me, the real reward is actually going, like Usain Bolt at the wall, 100 meters, world record, Beijing 2008 pace. Run through the wall. And you know what? As a souvenir, take a brick with you. When you get to the finish line, you've got a medal. Just to remember, a nice little memory of a brick when you actually push through the wall. It's going to make that win, that last winning, second when you're going to do the little Mo robot. It's going to make it very, very, very satisfactory and memorable. Now, we should actually mention next week, which is we are going to have a few appearances. I mean, look, it's really critical that 10 remains 10-10, and the main way in which you can do that is by being out there, meeting all of you guys, meeting more builders, meeting more community members, and really fundamentally just spreading this concept of encryption and showing the world that it fundamentally is the last missing piece to make Web3 adoptable for the masses. Because if you go to any kind of white paper, at some point, if you do Control F or Command F if you're on a Mac, it's gonna say mass adoption. There's about 20 searches at the very least. So we'll be at Blockchain Life, a conference in Dubai. It'll be myself and some of you may remember Revelation, one of the co-founders of 10. Will be speaking there on a panel on very, very timely topics where 10 has a very specific role. I don't want to give it away. You'll see the content when it comes out. But yes, absolutely. Sorry, apologies, Liam Bubble, that I bubbled into your monologue. I think as
when necessary, it's not, it can be popped, it can be rebuilt. That's how it goes. But Bob, I heard you're going to be talking about digital identity, and I think a lot of you guys watching are probably curious about Bob's identity, and you see his sunglasses, his necklace, his jersey, and you wonder who is the real person behind that 10 Chad. So really looking forward to having a listen to that. And any of you guys in Dubai, then definitely come along. Bob will be exploring his identity live on stage. So really,
DID is the future, and encryption is at the very epicenter of DID.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So guys, now is the time. It is time for you guys to take the stage, and we would love to answer any questions you have about Raise the Stakes, about our cookie campaign, about just Bob in general, or about Bob's, Bob in Argentina, Bob in Dubai, Bob anywhere, Bob in China. Please.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not even in Dubai. I'm actually. This is a green screen. Can you imagine? It was built by the 10 tech teams, which tells you they're very, very good at building.
Wow, and it's going to be lighting up pretty soon. And before we go into the Q&A, I do want to say that we do have some very, very important announcements coming up soon. I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that if you are a builder, or if you are a snapper, then Bob, look behind it, just lit up. Wow.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
if you're a snapper, and it literally snapped into 10-10 mode.
It did. Right as I said, we have one of our biggest, maybe our biggest announcement ever coming up that I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for. That is, that's going to be coming up very, very soon. So
the 10X rocket is illuminated. I confirm, and I repeat, the 10X rocket is illuminated.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Can we sing? Yes, I'd absolutely love to. 10. Sorry, my glasses are not my prescription lenses. Can you sing 10, 10, 10 out of 10? Sure. Liam, do you want to kick things off while I?
I'll kick it off. Kick it off. I warm up my voice. Kick it off.
Absolutely. Let me just quickly. I need to go on. Let me just find the lyrics because I just need to. Here we go. Okay. I'm just going to need. There's actually a few. Liam, this is the one you just tweeted today. So yes, perhaps it's actually very timely.
It is, but I have the memory of a bubble, so I don't remember.
Luckily for you, I've got 5G, so I'm gonna just pick it up and help you. Okay, well, you've got it here. 1 second.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if the sound is working there, but if you guys are, this is our new anthem, and so it's on my X. So, you got it. But we welcome in our cookie campaign. We welcome anyone to make videos with this song or with any songs that reference 10. We may or may not be giving extra snaps to people who do creative things with music, with video.
This is big news. You're telling me to become a DJ?
Okay, Bob, we have our first question. So this is from X Hot, 10 out of 10. When play hot with 10X? Bob,
soon. So we're ramping out. We're ramping out a lot of ways or utility options, dApps that we'll be accepting. Stay tuned. Keep pressing. There's a little bell icon, and I can't give too much away. Oh, the color has now gone back. Okay, I guess you have to wait here now for the next one. But no, X-Hat. Well, I appreciate the question, but very soon. You have my word.
No question. So I guess we will ask each other one question before we wrap up. Bob, what are your plans this weekend? Are you going to have a 10 out of 10 weekend or?
Well, you know me. No, I don't do night outs. I'm a good boy. I've recently joined the 10 a.m. club. I wake up at 10 a.m. And I live a 10-10 lifestyle. I'm talking very, American Psycho. I'm talking cold showers. Andrew Huberman. I meditate in the morning with my app Headspace. I do deep breathing exercises. I've got my gratitude journal. I just want to say, maybe I'm giving away, where we are an encryption chain, but maybe I'm giving too much out right now. But on my gratitude journal, there's one line which is on every page of the week, which is I really, really, really appreciate and I'm grateful for my 10-10 community who keep me going. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a really, really wholesome 10-10 weekend. I might come back as a guru, I might not. I cannot confirm. The one thing I can confirm is either way, I would come back as a 10-10 on Monday. What about you, Liam Double?
I'm going to be keeping it 10-10. I always wake up at 10-10 every day. I've done that since I can remember. Wake up.
Really? Who started that?
It's just in me. I've just always been a 10 out of 10.
Is that without an alarm, or like you just kind of like naturally get like someone pours cold water in your face? Someone comes in and throws water in your face, or at 10-10, or how does it work?
I just wake up, but I do take 10 sips of water when I wake up, and then 10 minutes of silence, and then 10 stretches, and
I actually have I've actually hired a rooster which sits on my balcony, and I'm actually coded it to only start making noise at 10:10 as well. So you were the one that inspired me for that. So I do appreciate you. You are also part of my gratitude journal. FYI, me and Bubble.
Wow. Well, yeah. I hope everyone listening is gonna also have a 10 out of 10 weekend, and we are really excited for you guys to be with us and be a part of raising the stakes with us and snapping with us. And yeah, G10. Any last words, Bob?
Any last words? No, do you know what? I might get any last words. Well, shout out to the 10 community. You've been here before one would even know the terminology 10:10, but at the heart of it, all of you guys have been 10:10. And we're seeing it on the CT timeline. Everyone is fundamentally jealous of you guys because you guys were early, and so I take my hats off to you guys if I was wearing a hat, which I am not. But I might take my goggles off for a second. There, see, goggles off. And so, yeah, thank you to everyone for joining us today. We shall see you very soon. Let's make a pledge of honor, me and Bubble, to the 10 community that whatever we do, we'll make sure it's 10:10, whether it's a conference, whether it's growing out the ecosystem, whether it's, spreading the 10:10 word, whatever we do so with a 10:10 pledge or to, a 10:10 house of arms on our chest in a very proud manner.
Absolutely. Keep it 10:10, everyone. I'm looking forward to see you on the next 10 out of 10 call.
G10 guys, 10:10. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.